Yo, Clanters, Clanters, you. Hey, come balance me here. There's something I don't understand because you're the one who follows the Senzo Mayo murder trial. So I'm trying to understand some few things that were heard on Friday. Yafuhluza futhi. Come on, man. Get here. Yini manje sekwenze njani yini ongayizwa? On Friday, hi. Angias Mina, what I was listening to from that witness, I think he got everybody scratching their heads, but at the same time, we were thinking, like people like myself, I'm like, when you tell lies, you need to remember the lie. You have to remember the lie. And in order for you to remember the lie, everything must happen in a short space of time, because if it happens in a prolonged space of time, somewhere in between, you are going to forget the original lie. So let's just talk about him being an expert when he was introduced in that courtroom with Senzo Mayor murder trial. He did not dispute that he's not an expert. He kept quiet. He kept quiet. He didn't say, I'm not an expert. I am an analyst. Correction there. No. So, okay, the questions got hot, like seriously hot. So much so that even the seat he was sitting on became extremely hot. And now, Mr. Mnisi, as he was busy going through the technicalities of downloading a photo, that it is the original photo in a memory stick or in a memory card or whatever it is that you were saying, the information will still be the same and you still look alike. But if you move it from one to the next, I guess, apparatus, it's going to change file names. Mr. Mnisi stops him and says, Mr. Mabasa, the 4 times in this court, I have said to you and I agreed with you about the process. 4 times. This is when Mr. Mabasa, because he realizes that Mr. Mube never had a gold tooth. He never had a gold tooth. Initially, they said it was accused number 2, Ndanzi, who had a gold tooth, and Mr. Ndanzi was even taken to Dr. Shokwa. Dr. Shokwa then came back with a report that Ndanzi never had a gold tooth. How Jiggy Jiggy Umabasa is now in his lab as an expert, and then he put a magnifying glass on some of the downloads from Mr. Ngube's memory card, memory stick, whatever it is. And then Mr. Nis is like, no, Mr. Mabasa, I understand, but how many times have I agreed with you on this? 4 times. It's like, I got confused. And this is where now you realize a grown man totally lying on the stand. He's lying on the stand because he doesn't remember the script. Being a hired gun, he would, of course, have been coached. You go up there, and this is what you're going to do, and you're going to stick to your story no matter what. But because Mr. Mube, I think it threw him off, Uguti, he wants to be taken to a dentist. Not just a dentist, but state can have their own and he will have his own that you pay from his pocket. I think that really terrified him. Because we also saw with Mr. Ndlovu as well towards the end. He was like, hey, Mina, I came here for this, because he was also a hired gun, just like Mr. Mabasa, in my opinion. And indeed, both guns that were hired misfired. So much so that Mr. Mabasa, now he is applying the manipulative tactic of saying, I'm only a human. As a human being, I forget. As a human being, I make a mistake. As a human being, I will misunderstand. I misunderstood you. I got confused between a memory stick and a memory card, and you're like, wait, I don't care what you call yourself, an expert or an analyst. Especially when you are an analyst, you would know the differences between a memory stick and a memory card. If you're an expert here, it's an indictment on you and the people that taught you. But as an analyst, you should know that as I'm about to analyze this object, I am taking it from this apparatus to this apparatus, and this apparatus name is memory stick. and I am downloading it to a memory card, another apparatus, to a computer, or whatever the case might be. And you've been doing this for 25 years, and you want the court to believe Gutenege, you misunderstood Mr. Mnisi's 4 questions, which is 1 question 4 times. Because you know what he was doing, my brother? He was obfuscating. You know, when you obfuscate, you are asked something, and then you drag into something else that you were never asked, because you are thinking in your head, "Oje, what lie did we tell in the beginning?" That's why you obfuscate. You go around and around, and then when you realize, Ibanji, let me stick to my guns as I was told when I was coached. Stick to your story. And the story is, I'm a human being. What else do you expect from me? Now, once a person says that, exactly what else do you expect from them? But we can never let a person go who see and calls and refer to as an expert or even an analyst. In that context, I don't understand the difference there, because I don't see a difference between an expert as well as a analyst in Mr. Mabasa. And Mr. Mabasa, he's lying through his teeth. He's fabricating stuff as he goes because he is caught. The last thing that now he is going to do, I think on Monday, which is today, he is going to say, okay, you got me. But I don't think they have it in them to say, you got me. But we got him. Those of us that are listening, we definitely got him. I don't know about you. Let me sit properly. Yeah, I mean, you make a whole lot of sense what you are saying there. So clearly, Bebe Kamba Manga, the lies they've been telling all this time, it's catching up, but it's not catching up with the right people. I don't know why I'm fogging on my eyes, but yeah. Mabasa, I was like, Haibo, I'm a bit confused ngoba phela abanye bethu esingayifundele lento yabo. Nathi sazi ukuthi memory stick, memory card, yebo, two different things, but do this almost the same thing, if not the same thing. I need ngoba phela memory stick, it captures, and then when you download from the memory stick to something else, yeah, we understand zonke lezo zinto. And thina ke singayifundelanga ke leyo nto ke wena ke oyifundele uzama ukuthini kahle kahle ngoba you are making the police force look bad. You look, even the profession itself, you're my analyst and experts or chwepheshe, in other words, you're making us now question them. When a person takes the stand in court, especially mawi yipoyisa kanje, lithi yeah, I'm an expert in so because of abantu abafana noMabasa. Hayi Mabasa usim yo amahloni, I was feeling so embarrassed for him. If I was feeling embarrassed for him, can you imagine the people that hired that guy ebizwa Mabasa, how they must have felt? Goba, did you see Urata coming in as well as Caesar? Goba, many times I thought, Mr. Mnisi is firing. Kunje, Mnisi, ula. And I kept thinking, no, man, uzosukuma usibanda, objection. I mean, I would have objected in some of the things Mr. Mnisi was saying. Goba phela, hey, he's getting too close to the truth. And if we are born and Mabasa, he's now pushed against the corner. He's cracking under Mr. Mnisi. So much so manje njoba dusho ukuthi ngeke besethi mina ngumuntu, njengomuntu mina will forget. Mina njengomuntu I would misunderstand. My mistake omuntu. Like, this is lame. It's a lame excuse coming from, number one, an expert witness, and number two, from a police officer. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I don't care who says what. Again, so as I was saying before, when I got ngamanga. When I was growing up, I was taught that the lies have short legs. And you are right. If you're going to tell a lie, you need to remember every event of that lie that you told so that it sounds like a truth when you repeat it. Things were falling apart. Nangundabeni, bonqesta ngikhuluma ngani? Ngiyindaba nayithanda. Cha, akusiyona iwine lena, i-grape juice. Mhlawumbe akuyona i-grape juice. I-appetizer. Mhlawumbe akuyona i-appetizer. Uyabona into esho Mabasa. Iyonayo lena. Yazi Mabasa usizile thina khona sizokwazi ukusho ukuthi cha akusiyona iwine lena, i-grape juice, grape ties, whatever. Kodwa vele bengenwe indaba. Hayi nami amahloni. Hayi bakithi ngeke. Phela ike ngiyisa ingqondo nami ngesinye isikhathi lento lena ngoba phela indaba ngiyayithanda. So ngikhuluma ngoBabasa ngithi ngoba ngizwini ngikhuluma ngoBabasa. UMabasa nomsangana usho lapha yana enkantolo umsangano phela the issue straight. Umsangano. Thina sifuna ukwazi ukuthi ubani obulala uSenzo Meyiwe. Nina nifuna ukwazi ukuthi ubani obulala, nami ngifuna ukwazi ubani obulala uSenzo Meyiwe. Umeyiwe phela hey akuyiqhawe leliyana habe Meyiwe bamba la mfana bamba la. Njoba sisho memory stick, memory card 609 yazi futhi wena bhuti uqinisile futhi vele uqinisile and futhi njalo mangikulalela wena ngithi ngesikhathi ngithi hayi mhlawumbe wenze yipho ngithi ngikulalelisisa ngithi khona into ethize aphezukwayo lona cha ushem uzungivula amehlo entweni eziningi ngoba ngihlezi ngikulalela into ngithule ngithi indaba zona ngiyayithanda kodwa ngike ngithule kulena ngoba ezobuchwepheshe bodwa lezi kaSenzo Meyiwe lezi ezinye izinto phela hayi yabona nje makhulunywa ngogogo Skit ngiphakathi lapho into zami lezo ngakutshela ngize ngiyophuma ngale ngibe ngiyisiphela nje nami ne-memory stick sami. Kodwa nawe bhuti-ke nawe le mbuzo yakho oyibuzayo ngeke sikufake nje mhlawumbe engozini, ifake umfowethu engozini ngoba phela sidila nabanye abantu lana. Abe ungalinge ungalinge. Kodwa-ke iqiniso akhulunywe bafethu uSenzo vele akabulawanga yila bafana laba abase kule nto ekuthiwa yidoka ngithi mina ngizokutshela manje ningivimbelani Nkosi athi ngihambe ngiyibuyele endabeni zami lezi engiyibukayo ne-memory stick, memory card yami. Samazi. Just like Ndabeni said ukuthi hayi ngeke, the people that are accused of this crime, they did not commit this crime. The people that were in the house with Senzo Meyiwe knows who pulled the trigger. And it was by mistake. I still believe that it was by accident. Yes, I do believe it was by accident. And I don't understand why they are cooking up all this evidence because it's clear fabrication. Clear fabrication. And you can just tell by listening to Mr. Mabasa Huti, he's fabricating things. And when he's caught on his fabrication, that's when he will manipulate and obfuscate and say, but I'm a human being. But I'm a human being. As if that is something to accept when you have 5 lives. 5. I see the other 3. They are convicted in life for multiple life imprisonment. But Ntanzi and Sibia, the witness cannot say, I am only human, when 2 innocent lives could be ruined forever. Whether they are acquitted or they are convicted, their lives are ruined forever. And he cannot just say, I am only human. What about them? Are they made of metal? They are real human beings with real lives, and they were responsible for families. They've got children they need to take to school, feed, clothes, and all of these things. And now he is able to do that with our uniform, getting paid taxpayers' money. And then he confuses between a memory stick and a memory card, and he confuses being asked four times, or at least told four times about the same information. And then he says, I confused the memory stick and memory card. I'm only human and I make mistakes. Yes, we do know humans do make mistakes because we are human beings. But the whole point of going for training is to minimize mistakes and have risk management skills so that people's lives are not jeopardized. He doesn't care. He spoke like a man who doesn't care to me. He spoke like a man who doesn't know what he's doing. He sounds also like a person who is given a task because it involves a person that is not related to him, somebody that he loves or care about. He will just go to court and say whatever he wants to say. It sounds like that to me. Because every time when you have to think about the SAPS, what kind of job did these guys do? All we see them do is nothing. And then Mabasa is coming to show that this guy doesn't know what he's saying, or he even knows what he's doing. He's not an expert, he's an analyst. He's not an analyst, he's an expert. But you were introduced as an expert. Why didn't you dispute that, is what I'm asking. Yeah, everything you are saying makes sense, eh? It really does make sense. Even what Ndabe said. Hi, Ndabe. Yeah, Ndabe, he got it right. I mean, drinking wine and you're saying he's drinking appetizer. Actually, it's appetizer, it's not wine. I would know this because I'm him. It was quite interesting what I saw there. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed for us, though. Hey, I was embarrassed for us. It's a nice thing for Tugu Tenege. It was one of us who was asking. Imagine if it was from somewhere else, child. So, will be. But then again, this is a lesson that needs to be learned, and I agree with you about the workings of the police. What exactly do these guys do? Honestly speaking, I also just cannot take it serious when a police officer, I think it's a warrant officer, right, who is seen and sees himself as well as an expert or as an analyst to fumble the way he does. And I agree about life, that he's messing with people's lives here by giving a silly excuse that only his must be understood. Forget about the accused. Forget about the accused. And they have a constitutional right, Section 35, of course, where Mabasa, when he is on that stand, there to help the court or assist the court to come to a amicable conclusion that indeed these people are guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, so that us too can say, yeah, definitely the evidence that was provided by Mr. Mabasa, it really was persuasive and overwhelming evidence. But he confuses two simple things. Two simple things. Like Ndabe said, it's like confusing appetizer and red wine. Right? Not even appetizer, grape tizer. He was drinking grape tizer. So it's like confusing grape tizer and red wine, or red wine with grape juice. I mean, one makes you drunk, the other one is for pleasure and hydration and satisfaction. But yeah, they all do satisfaction, I suppose. Other than that, I just thought, let me ask you your opinions because I was rather dumbfounded by what I was hearing on Friday. And what more space are we going to be today when the case continues? Because Mnisi, I agree what you said. I think he has an ace up his sleeve. And this ace is going to burn Mr. Mabasa when he's sitting on that hot seat. I think they're standing there. It's not necessarily sitting down. Well, the floor that he's on is going to fire, type of situation. But anyways, thank you so much. I always enjoy having a conversation with you, especially about this case. And I want us to talk about the Taco Besta next time. Something I am sensing going on there. Something, and please help me analyze that and see if you and I are on the same wavelength about it. Other than that, hey, thanks, my brother. I always rely on your thinking capacity, let's put it that way. Yeah, it was great talking to you too. Thank you for always involving me in your whatever goes on in there. I appreciate it. Ah, look who's here again. It's like, oh, ngiyabhora yazi.